of all the things that make the Earth special, habitable, a place you might want to be on a Saturday afternoon. Perhaps the most fundamental to life is water, H2O. It's in the air, the ground, and our bodies. It might be out there in other places throughout the universe, but of what's available here, only a small percent is drinkable, and it has been the same since the beginning, cycling through the earth, which means there really is only so much. It is a finite resource. And yes, in a way we are drinking the same water as the dinosaurs, only later. But unlike the dinosaurs, the human population keeps rising. Today, more than 1 billion people suffer from a lack of access to clean drinking water, and the trend is getting worse. In the last 100 years, the world population has tripled, but world water consumption is up 600%. World water supplies look like this. 75% of the world is covered with water. 2.5% of the world water is fresh water. But 70% of fresh water is frozen in ice caps or melting. And the rest, about 30%, is groundwater. Only 0.3% of all fresh water is available in lakes, rivers, and streams. It really isn't that much when you think about it. This means places like the Great Lakes region are growing in value. The Great Lakes contain 20% of the Earth's fresh surface water, and they are the source of 80% of the water consumed by the whole U.S. It's a pretty big deal, which is why people like Aaron Huber of Drink Local, Drink Tap have become so focused on treating it like one.
Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, the Great Lakes region, we are so very wealthy with water. Some ways that we reconnect people to water are through film, through art, through celebrating World Water Day, doing monthly beach cleanups, doing community events, teaching people about bottled water and tap water use. Every March 22nd, Drink Local, Drink Tap celebrates World Water Day in Cleveland with local students. And we have the students carry a day's worth of water with them to honor other students in the world who have to carry water every day before they go to school. We then have a moment of silence to honor those without and have the kids really think about local water and appreciate what they have. After our moment of silence, we have the kids pour their water bottles into an existing water source, and that's kind of closure to all of our World Water Day celebrations and the students' experience in learning about local water both here and in other places.
My full name, Teddy Nantambi.
Teddy is a native Ugandan teaching in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right now, we are at my birthplace. We are in Sumbwe in Wakiso district. In the year 2005, I came home for my father's memorial. Father Gerald from Mulaje had a concert. So when I developed my pictures of the concert, I showed it to my students. I said, look, when I went home, I met these kids. Can we write to them? I said, sure, write. So they wrote. They wrote letters to friends. I mailed them to Father Gerald. My students were concerned about water pollution, air pollution, industrial pollution, and they're telling the ones in St. Charles that don't have industry, for one thing, and they knew their water was polluted, but they really didn't have an alternative, so they were asking each other questions. And the conversation went on from there.
We have about 700 students, 700 children, lovely children. Many of them have lost parents, maybe over 200 of them. They don't have parents.
Because when in each home, after 3-4 homes, Grand keeping the children. I'm from Grand's Plains. I'm from Grand.
In Uganda, some orphans truly have no one. But a child being cared for by his or her grands or grandparents is also considered an orphan. Another cultural difference between Uganda and the USA is that if a single parent remarries, the new spouse may refuse stepchildren, so marriage can create orphans. Mulaji is a village in Uganda's Luwero district, 40 miles north of the capital, Kampala. A little bit of the land in Uganda is being preserved in parks, but all the rest has been redeveloped for agriculture. There's a trading center in the Luwero district. To get there, people can walk down the dirt roads or take a boda. These motorcycle taxis are the main mode of transportation in Uganda. In the rest of Mulaji, people generally live in huts. Just about everybody owns or rents a plot of land for subsistence farming. Religion is also a big part of the people's lives. St. Bonaventure is a Catholic church, as well as a school, orphanage, and clinic.
We have poverty which is eating our society.
And then you must preach to them that God is good, God loves you, and He wants to be happy. But inside my heart, I know that these people are not happy.
There isn't any running water in Mulaji, so people do their laundry, take showers, and brush their teeth out of these bensons. To get the water to fill them every day, people, usually the children, have to walk to a borehole.
Nkeera kumakya ne bannange ne tugenda ffenna ne tugaleeta awo ne tukomawo ne tulongoosa
It takes more than 30 pumps to get water.
A jerry can is a yellow container that is used to haul water back and forth on the daily walk for water.
It's a plastic material bought in shop. It's you can call it a waste material because they come packed with cooking oil and paraffin.
Yeah, I have jerry cans. You can't do away without jerry cans.
It takes students 30 minutes from the dormitories to the borehole, the nearest borehole. If the students go to the closest borehole and they find that it is dried up, the next borehole can take them 2 hours to and fro to collect water.
At times they get dry up, and find that people can move looking for water with the jerry cans. You can find a line of people lining their jerry cans waiting for water. It's quite wow.
In case our students find that there is many people, they have to wait. So it can even take them more than 3 hours to get water to school.
Very many are getting disease at a early age. Like even me who is talking, I have a kid suffering from typhoid. He's at home on treatment. It is expensive because when you go to government hospital, you don't get medicine. So you go to private, and private hospital, they charge you.
Here in this Ruero Health Center, about 50% of the patients we see as outpatients come here because of malaria. And the second to malaria are respiratory tract infections. Then we also have HIV and AIDS-related diseases, which are ranked third in our district, Ruero. We have TB as number 4, and we have other diarrheal diseases as number 5. Since we are still a developing country, we still have gaps in the way we live, in terms of housing, in terms of nutrition, in terms of access to safe and clean water, in terms of other preventive aspects. That is why we still have communicable diseases as a threat to the community.
So when they light, they sit around.
They understand when they collect the water, they are supposed to bring it back home and boil it for safety. But unfortunately, people are so poor, they can't afford kerosene, paraffin, coal, anything to heat the water to make it safe. I went to Malaji because I met Teddy, learned that kids there had no running water, and knew I had to do something about it. Arriving in Mulaji was one of the best days of my life. It was so surreal to have over 700 children in tattered blue uniforms greeting us with palms and singing. It was absolutely beautiful.
There was also a big celebration when the people arrived. There was a big welcome for you because the kids were very excited to have you, and they said they should welcome you in a special way, and I think that was very fantastic.
We love you. It's a sign of happiness. When people bring leaves, happiness of the highest order. They are so happy. You know, there's young tiny baby class with thank them. means that we are very happy, we can dance for you, we can dance. Ay, 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 ay. They don't want.
One of the biggest strengths for the Ugandan culture, I think, is the hospitality of the people. The people are very nice. The people know how to welcome visitors.
And you know, love and hospitality is the foundation for everything, because it makes a person available for others.
We are so happy because you are here.
You can't walk anywhere in Mulaji village without someone holding your hand or really caring about how your day was, really caring how you are and who you are.
Everyone who comes to your home is a visitor. You have to welcome, you know. My phrase is love and serve. Amare et servire.
But today they are totally marginalized, the rural people. They don't stand a chance. People have access to easy money in the urban, which is not the case to the rural areas. Urban is really is on a day-to-day basis on what we can term as primitive capitalism, primitive accumulation of wealth. When we talk about water, for example, water, all these priorities, clean water, the first people to be thought of are the urban people, not the rural people.
Our people depend on rainy water, which is collected in the swamps, where they make wells, communal wells, where they go and collect water. And this water is not always clean, and with that people get sick.
You cannot access enough water to water your garden. You have to wait until it rains. That's why I say that most of the families are suffering from famine. It's because of unpredictable seasons.
So there is a future danger when it comes to water as rain seasons becomes minimal and droughts take the upper hand. In the future, there is a problem. Even today, we are in a total crisis when it comes to water. During my childhood, I did not witness any spring drying up. Today, it's very rampant.
I think the reason as to why water sources dry up is that at times they put up those water sources without undertaking surveys. They're not sure of whether the place has water, they're not sure of the water table.
We found out the history of this non-working borehole and found out that years ago, some of the political leaders were going around just digging holes for people to get election votes. And the borehole never worked.
Of course, we have plans of increasing the production of water, but these are gradual processes because the money doesn't come instantly. The funds for putting up another source, another well to produce water is quite expensive. So we have been finding a problem of electricity, and when it comes, and it has really been so unreliable.
Power in Uganda or electricity, it is quite not so reliable. That's why I think most of the industries in Uganda are not developing because power is unstable.
For the projects that are in roads, we have basically in the district, in local government, we don't have tarmac roads. That is left to the national standards. So I have been dealing more with maram or gravel roads. You know that you have to provide good infrastructure roads so that people can market their produce. The type of major projects that I'm involved in that the government has been implementing have been, in the Department of Water, have been drilling boreholes, then dams, of course deep boreholes and shallow boreholes, those ones that are hand dug.
Boreholes, that is the most used system because it works in villages where there is no electricity. We have shallow wells, we have springs, we have dams, and rainwater harvest.
Drink Local Drink Tap decided to fly to Uganda to design a project where we will be building a borehole for St. Bonaventure School. We have organized a water committee with the community so that ongoing sanitation and hygiene classes can be held throughout the community and the borehole can be sanitary and maintained. And we've also discussed different options with the community, the school, the priests, the students, making sure that this was the best fit for the community.
It is very important to have a water user committee for each particular source because there will be the people to manage the source on behalf of the community. And their major role is to educate people about the safe water chain.
We have community ownership.
Some other people wanted to make some effort and they ended up failing to find water where we wished it to be, you know, like a borehole placed. So in such a situation, where we want a borehole to be in our school, this school there in the compound. If it happens, what is the plan B? I am the most worried person, and it is my prayer, as I said in the meeting, that we get this water in the compound for our children, because it is a critical issue.
But unfortunately, there was no groundwater there. We had to go across the street, still on school grounds, and find a location there after searching all day. See this second big palm here? Right behind those trees, there's water. Father Matthias was, of course, a little let down that we could not find water in the exact location that everyone wanted it to be. But I think that he also understood that Mother Nature is Mother Nature, and we cannot control where the water is.
I think she works hard. She works hard to maybe to reach or not so. She works hard to spread the news or to spread what she thinks is right. And I think if people listen to her more, she has a passion, and I think maybe water is her very great passion. Maybe she has had more passions before, but I think when you listen to Erin about water, you know she has a passion about water. And her personality in convincing and spreading and making you aware of the facts, I think she can also be a good teacher. I wonder why she didn't teach.
The developed world almost has an obligation to share the knowledge and tools that it has with the third world, so the third world can protect their water sources as they're developing, instead of it being too late someday for them to have safe water. We've already brought the people of Mulaji Village hope. They've already shared so much with us, and it's our obligation to share our water, our tools, our knowledge back with them to help them have a healthier life.
Munsi yaffe Uganda mwe tweyagalira mulimu ebirungi bingi n'ebizibu bamulekwa bangi ne bakateyamba ffenna tukimanyi endwadde ziri bulala yamba.
Drink Local Drink Tap is still raising money to install a borehole at St. Bonaventure in the spring. Find out more, follow the story, or, better yet, join it. Help wake the world to water.
Ekyo kyowaddeyo ebirungi onofuna bingi tutambulire mu kubale eggolokofu. Ku nguudo abaana n'obasangako ku kasasiro mwe bajja kyokulya mu nsi yaffe Uganda kino kiri bubi waayo gwe kyolina eryoyo omuganda oyamba. Mukama agamba oyo goyambye mu buzibu ekyo kyowaddeyo ebirungi onofuna bingi tutambule.